First of all, I just want to say thank you for your time and congratulations on the first season. As a big Twisted Metal fan, it was great seeing what you did with the show and John Doe and all the characters, to be honest.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
You kind of came from the Atari generation and like playing Atari with your mum. And what do you remember about those kind of days?
It was so simple. I mean, it was a joystick and a button. So it was so simple and so much fun because it gave us an opportunity to bond over something that was, you know, a little 14-inch Magnavox TV and a console, you know. So it was kind of like our time together. And then when Nintendo came in, it was too much for her, but it was everything for me, you know? So we kind of gradually grew up playing video games together.
In terms of like when you were growing up, I remember seeing a kind of one of the interviews you did and you were saying as soon as somebody on the block got a PlayStation, everyone kind of made a beeline for that person's house. And
yeah,
everyone had to be around there and trying those games. So what was that like in kind of your neighborhood when someone got one?
You know what? PlayStation kind of changed the game for everybody because nobody could afford one. And there was this one kid named Cedric, and he ironically lived in the middle of the block. And we were always at his house because we would sneak in his house, like climb in the window at night just to play PlayStation because the graphics was so crazy. It was before you went online to game. So the only person you game with was the person who was in the room with you. So, you know, it kept us inside, you know, with Street Fighter, and it just really changed the perspective of what it can be and made it more personal. Instead of you against the computer, it was you against another person.
Nowadays, you're pretty busy, whether it's filming or promoting stuff. Do you make much time for kind of games, whether that's with yourself or with your kids?
Well, I try to, but my kids are kids nowadays are assholes. Okay, let's just get that out there. So there's so much trash talking in games now, which I think started with PlayStation, you know? So like my kids play Minecraft. Every time I get dropped into Minecraft, I'm dead in 3 seconds. So I can't figure out how to play if you keep killing me off.
Oh, they have stealth mode too.
I watched one of your interviews and you were saying that one of your kids just was always schooling you at Madden.
Always. And trash. I mean, all like this. So you can't get mad. You can't fight your kid. There's nothing you can do.
I've got the answer for it. Just make them the Panthers. You can be the Saints. They can be the Panthers. Or just, if you really want to tip the scales, you can be the Chiefs. Like really
Right. So what makes me mad is I used to be really good at Madden. Like I had everything working. And then all of a sudden, one day, this dude became like I tried to play FIFA. I don't know anything about soccer. I'm from New Orleans. This dude is running tricks, and I'm like, how do you play this game? It makes no sense. Oh, lucky shot.
Twisted Metal. It's been a big success the first season. You got the second one that you kind of got working in the backgrounds now. How much would you love to see a Twisted Metal game back? Like even with Anthony Mackie as one of the characters, as John Doe. Like I remember seeing one of the things and you were like, it looks kind of like me with the eyebrows, but
right.
What if it was exactly you?
Nah, that would be amazing. I mean, to bring the game back, I hope they do. I think the game is a title that definitely deserves another run. And now that we've created this world and this story, it would be really cool to see the game come back. And with first player being such a big thing now, I think the game would work extremely well.
Gotta hand it to the guy. He's got good traps.
The most obvious question I've got to ask about Twisted Metal, and the thing that I think most people probably wants to know the answer to is, have you picked a song for you and Sweet Tooth to duet on in season 2? Because I've got a few ideas. Like the Cisco Fong song was good, but we want to know what that whole playlist is going to be between the two of you.
We haven't yet, but I think Stephanie and I'm gonna try to get some Ja Rule, Ashanti in there, Fat Joe and J-Lo or something like that. I think we're gonna blend over that.
See, I was going more for an Usher, You Make Me Wanna vibe, or like LL Cool J, Ain't Nobody. Like I thought those worked quite well. I want to see you and Samoa Joe doing one of those.
Right. Those are good.
Look, I don't need to explain how smart MJ is, but was you quite surprised as well when you saw the script and you saw just how fleshed out all the characters were and the storylines were, given that the source material is effectively just dudes shooting at each other in cars?
Right. No, I was really impressed with the writers, all the writers actually, and everything they were able to put together. MJ really developed a world that was so different and creative, every aspect to it, down to like, being on the beach and eating a seal. Everything about that show was so specific and so unique to that world. I don't think there was any part of it that was taken from anywhere else. And that's what I enjoyed most about it, was just taking this character where we could have went in any direction with these characters. And I think he and the writing team kind of nailed it with the storyline.
You see, there's power in anonymity.
Wait a minute. Are you Calypso?
We get a few teasers of kind of where he's planning that. I spoke to MJ last week. Like, he's already got in his head like season 3 and beyond. Like, he's thinking deep where this is going. Has he given you a few ideas about what kind of crazy situations he's planning to throw you and Stephanie into when you come back for this? Because you already get into some quite wild things in season 1, but I'm wondering what's he got up his sleeve?
I have no idea. We've been going back and forth. I haven't read or seen anything yet, but we've been going back and forth about the possibilities of, the next season. I mean, you have to realize the first season is basically a world of firsts for John Doe. Like, he's never met a girl before. He's never seen a baby before. There's so many things that he's like the audience. Everything that they're experiencing for the first time, he's experiencing for the first time. So it's difficult to ride that wave, and I think MJ and the writing team did it really well, and I think that's why the audience enjoys the show so much, because they're literally sitting in the passenger seat with me listening to House of Pain.
Not just upping the ante in terms of the destruction that you're going to bring, but it's all the characters and how you round them out, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of I'm pushing to get the guy who has the big wheels at the end of his arms.
Axel.
Yeah, that's who I want. That's who I want to know his story. I want to know where the hell he came from and who put those wheels on his arms.
Have you got a thing in your head of who you see playing that character? Like, there's a couple of actors that I've looked at and I've thought like they'd fit Axel.
Like
just
who?
Because they're big. The guy that was in Luke Cage from Netflix, I can't think of the actor.
Oh, Mike Coulter?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. Thank you very much for your time, Anthony. And look, good luck with the release. And I look forward to watching more of Twisted Metal in the future.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.